The UK is in the grip of a cost of living crisis. The amount of people using food banks has increased again last year. The energy price cap runs out this March. The prices in the shops have almost doubled for some people. And there's a real balancing act for families out there to either put food on the table or heat the home. Now, here's what the people of Dunfermline had to say. How are you finding the cost of living just now?
Well, I'm finding it all right at the moment, just because I'm at home.
Yep.
But looking at trying to move out this year is not great
It's
at
not
all.
gonna be possible. And do you mind if I ask, are you
yeah.
a student? What's your
No,
situation?
so I'm actually a manager.
Right, okay.
So I had to look at getting like a better job
Yeah.
because I was obviously wanting to move out because I'm about almost 25 now.
Right, okay.
So I don't really want to be at my parents' house for the rest of my life.
Yeah,
But at the same time, you can't get anything that's like below £700 even here. Like in Edinburgh, like where I currently work, it's like £1,000,
Yeah.
over £1,000 to stay there.
And are you looking to purchase your own property? Are you looking to rent first? What are you looking to do?
In the future, definitely want my own property. And my parents have said they'll always help and stuff, and I appreciate that. But at the same time, it's kind of like, you know, I'm an adult now. I want to do it for myself.
That's it. And have you looked at buying your own house? Is it obviously getting deposits and stuff that might be?
So I haven't actually looked. I think I'll probably be renting first just to see what it's like. But even so, like the prices are astronomical. Like it's
Are you noticing the prices in the shop as well? Are you
Oh
finding
yeah,
that tough?
like I mean, I just went into Primark there, and normally what you could get like 3 things for like £20 is now like 38,
It's really
which
gone up.
is just unbelievable. Even a coffee at the moment.
It's getting ridiculous. I've seen
So-
some of the coffees are like £3.50, £4 and stuff.
Yeah.
For what is effectively a milky coffee is.
Literally. So, but you get rewards apps and stuff, and I appreciate they do that. But at the same time, I had a bacon roll and a coffee, and it cost me £7.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
do you mind if I ask, do you pay digs at home?
I do, yeah,
do?
but not. I'm lucky in the term of that it's not a lot.
Right, okay.
Because obviously I travel to work.
Yeah.
From Dunfermline to Edinburgh, so it's like £118 a month.
Wow, is that what you
And
pay?
that's only 28 days.
And is that on the bus or is that on the train?
The bus,
That
yeah.
is the bus.
The train's ridiculous. It's
Yeah.
like over £200 for the month.
Sometimes you
So-
don't get seats and stuff like that as
Yeah,
well, so
so-
it can be hard.
To pay for my there, it's like 150. So I'm lucky. But I know other people like they get loads of money, like so it's like 320 sometimes. But to start them off, so.
That's it. And has your parents passed on the cost of living to you yet at all then? No, not at all. It's not gone up.
No, but my dad is very up in the air about it all.
Right,
like
okay.
he is constantly like looking at electricity, heating.
Turn that light off.
Yeah, turn that light off. Bought me a heated blanket for Christmas because he can't afford to put
wow.
the heating on for long. So,
So-
but yeah, he's on the ball with it, and they've always been that way. But at the same time, it's like sometimes I just want to come home and have a shower and not have to wait half an hour. So. Yeah, it's not ideal. I hope it gets better, especially for someone my age that's looking to move out for the first time.
Yeah, and get on the property ladder as well.
Yeah,
It really is a tough thing for.
Because I was actually looking for places and they said I didn't make enough.
Really?
Yeah, and that was something like I was earning. It was like 14,000,
Right.
And now it's gone up obviously with management and stuff. But they were like, yeah, even by yourself you can't afford it, so I can't let you see the flat.
It's unbelievable. And
And
I
I'm
just
like-
think if you're working full time,
Yeah.
you know, you're doing your probably 40 hours a week or whatever,
Yeah.
you should be able to get a house and get on the property.
100%. Like we can't all stay at home. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
that's
they've got their lives to live. Like my mum and dad are at retirement age now.
Yeah.
They don't want me hanging about all the time.
They
But
want
they're
their
like,
peace and quiet as
yeah,
well.
exactly. Like
It's
they want
becoming
to.
more like the Walton Square. We're all just living in the one house again.
No, they want to just go and travel, and I'm like, yeah, that's fair, but don't move anywhere too far because I've still got to get to work. So,
That's it.
but they said there's always a place for you. But at the same time, it's like I just want my own place now. Like I just want to get out and experience life. Even though I am experiencing it, it's just that little
That's it,
little
yeah.
bit extra. So
No, you want your own freedom. Have you noticed the prices going up in the shops? How are you finding things?
Yeah, they've all went up. Every shop you go to, doesn't matter if you go to Aldi's or Tesco's, they've all went up and they're all trying to compete. But bring them down, not put them up.
Yep, and are you noticing the sort of smaller things sort of increasing in price as well? Are you finding that a
Yeah,
struggle?
even like milk and bread, simple
Yeah.
things that you need every day, you know, they're all increasing each time you go to buy them.
Yeah.
Even if it's just a penny or more.
That's it, and it's the cost of living. It's hurting people. just
Yeah,
now
it's
as
hurting
well.
everybody. It's like when you go and buy your cat food, you need to buy cat food. It's just the same as you buy food for yourself.
Exactly. And are you coming up with any sort of ways to combat that at all?
Well, when you buy maybe stuff on reduced, if you know you're definitely going to use it, put it in the freezer and you've got a meal for another day.
Yeah.
So simple things like that, or if you maybe make too much pasta, you're freezing it maybe for like a lasagna for later in the week or something like that, or mince and tatties.
How are you finding things at the moment in terms of the cost of living? Are you noticing prices and things going up?
I think anybody you stop would say that prices are going up.
Yeah.
It's starting to bite though,
Yeah,
especially in cold weather with
like today.
fuel bills. It's incredibly difficult, I think.
Are you having to make any sort of cutbacks and things? Are you having to sort of scrimp on like the heating and things? Or?
Well, one of the difficulties is that when you speak to energy-saving people, you get lots of tips.
Yeah.
But by and large, you've already done those things, so
Yeah,
there's
that's
nothing
it.
else you can do unless you want to turn off the heating altogether.
That's it, short sale. Put yourself in a sleeping bag or something like that.
Yeah, or share your house or something,
That's it. And what about the smaller things? So like your breads, your milks, and just your sort of everyday items. Are you noticing them going up as well?
Shops in small villages are really expensive.
Yeah.
And it must be difficult for folk that don't have transport.
Yeah.
Or older people.
Exactly.
I mean, I can go over to the city and buy out of the larger
Yeah.
supermarket, but
So
for
are you
other people,
benefiting from the sort of discounts that the larger shops are offering? Sorry.
I just have to. I have
Yeah.
to go because it's cheaper in the bigger supermarkets, and the smaller shops are just if you really need milk
it.
or something like that.
Yeah, but you do notice the prices there that are a wee bit higher than what you'd maybe get in, say, like an Asda or a Lidl or something like that.
Extortionate.
Well, when COVID was here, I didn't really notice it that much because we were never out,
Yeah.
so you weren't really spending it a lot. But I've noticed now when I go for a bag of shopping,
Yep.
it's twice the price.
And is it small things? Is it large things? Is it just everyday items?
It's just everyday items that you need for food, stuff like that. I notice it an awful lot now to what I did to begin with,
Yep.
because I wasn't really paying attention. It was just that good to get back out to the shops
That's
again. But I have noticed a big difference in the price of things everywhere. It's practically doubled.
Quite
It
a
has.
few people have said that today.
It's doubled what you were paying before.
And are you
And I
having to make
really
any
think
cutbacks?
they're jumping on the bandwagon
Yep.
here, a lot of the places,
Yeah,
and just saying, well, we could put this up.
Yep.
It doesn't really matter because the wages didn't go up.
No, I know.
So,
Yeah,
We're-
so people are really feeling it, obviously.
of course, and for these people that are working and didn't work when COVID was there, they must be struggling.
Yeah. We
Must
had a
be
young
struggling.
lady today, and
Yeah.
she was saying, I can't even get on the property ladder just now, it's that hard, and she's
It's
working
a-
40 hours a week.
Yeah.
And back in the day, it used to be a situation where if you worked, you were guaranteed a house almost, sort of
Oh,
thing.
oh, definitely, aye. But it's all changed now,
changed,
hasn't it? It's
yeah, I
all
know.
changed, and it's all money.
That's it.
Yeah, everything's money orientated now.
And do you mind
Yeah.
if I ask, are you having to cut back on luxuries? Are you having to cut back on heating or anything else like that just to try and get by? Or?
No, I'm quite fortunate that I could afford my heating
Yeah.
on. Maybe not as much as I would like, but enough to keep you warm.
Right, okay.
Yeah, because I feel in this weather, especially January,
Yeah.
it's always a cold month. You need it on all the
It's
time.
constantly on.
Yeah.
The wee meter's just going round like the
Yeah,
clappers.
exactly. I've got a little meter, so I could actually see what I'm using
Right, okay.
every day. But there was a point when I thought I need to keep this on longer, so it's actually on about 12 hours a day.
Jeez, well,
My heating.
and are you noticing the...
And
apparently
it's-
the price is about to go up again. I'm not quite sure when it's from, but I think it's meant to be between sort of now and March, and I think it's going up again, so I think it's really going to hurt people.
Oh,
So,
definitely.
yeah.
Definitely. People will sit without their heating and wrap
I
themselves
know.
in duvets or fleeces now.
That's it, and that's how
rather
people
than
are getting
put it
sick
on.
as well,
It's
obviously.
ridiculous in
Yep.
this day and age.
I know. I don't
It
know how
is.
we've got to this, but
But no,
is there any
no,
suggestions?
it was fine for a while before
Yeah, yeah.
COVID came. You felt everything was going well,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, that hit,
Just-
and that was a disaster.
Yeah.
And then the price of shopping and everything's gone up.
Yeah.
So
Do you think it's a correlation between obviously the government having to spend all that money whilst we were all off sort of thing, and now everything else seems to be just going up, and is that reclaiming some of that money back, do you
Well,
think, someplace?
yes, we wouldn't think about that to start with, but when
Yeah.
it's put to you, you think, well, they would have to pay an awful lot more when COVID was going. We'll
And-
blame COVID.
Well,
for
blame
everything.
COVID for it, that's it. And
Yeah.
do you think the governments or councils should be stepping in to try and help more with this? Is there, I don't know if you've thought about it, but is there any ideas that you maybe have or think that they should be doing to help people?
I think they're doing not too bad
Yeah.
with the food banks
Right,
and
okay.
stuff. They are doing that, and it must help an awful lot of
Definitely.
people.
I mean, I've heard the numbers are
Yeah,
really increasing that are using them.
increasing that are using them, and thank goodness for that.
Yeah.
But I'm not too sure about anything else that they would
Of course, yeah.
be able to do to help. I've never gone that far into it.
How are you finding it yourself just now?
struggling everywhere.
Right, okay.
Everywhere in the shop.
Yep.
It's just a struggle, basically, aye.
And is it everything from food, heating, what's in particular?
It's everything, really. I can't put my finger on just one thing.
Yeah.
It's the cost of bread, milk, basics.
Yeah. Other people have said the same. It's the small things that seem to be going up in price. And you could make meals out of those sort of smaller sort of items as well, and now the prices are going really up.
Yeah, I'd love to be a cook for Mr. Lee Anderson.
Yep.
Aye, 30 pence a day.
Jeez.
Superb, eh?
That'd be great.
Need to get a recipe off him.
And if you don't mind me asking, I'm also a smoker as well, so I
Yeah.
see you're smoking. Have you noticed the price of cigarettes and stuff going up as well?
Horrendous.
I mean, some of them are what, 13, 14 pounds a packet now?
Yeah, unfortunately, I had to go to a petrol station for cigarettes.
Yeah.
One about £15 odds.
Yeah, I know. There's certain local garages around here that are charging £17 when you get them delivered and stuff with messages and things. I mean, I don't see how that's fair to people. They're getting the delivery charge and things like that. So I really find it's really tough on people. Do you mind if I ask you, are you a homeowner? Do you rent?
I rent.
You rent.
Council,
Is the price of that gone up at all? Or has it stayed the same at the moment?
Unfortunately, I have to go on benefits now. I'm physically unable to work. And unfortunately, my rent is paid for.
Right, okay.
But I've been working all my days and it's... It doesn't seem to be that... recognise the fact that I've paid my taxes all my life.
I know. Just wondering how you're finding things. Are you noticing the price of things going up, and are you doing anything about it yourself? So you're having to cut back and things like that.
Definitely. I live on a kind of low budget anyway, and we eat fresh food, so we find that fresh food is a lot cheaper than processed food. Try not to eat any processed food. Right. And we've got a wood burner. We've actually got 2 wood burners. We've got and we've got a supply of wood that we get for free.
Right. Okay.
The friends in the community are always dropping off, wood, which we're so grateful for.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
And we just live a simple life anyway.
Yeah.
So.
And have you noticed the actual prices of the items
going
definitely,
up in the shop and stuff? Definitely.
Yeah. A lot of people are saying it's like the smaller items are even increasing in price now as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yep. Shampoo and things like that, soap powder. I don't do a big shop.
Right.
I just can't do a big shop.
Just shop as you go sort of thing.
Yeah. So.
Do you find that saves you money?
I only buy what I really need anyway, so I'm saving.
Luxuries and all that
definitely.
sort of stuff
An extra packet of chocolate biscuits and a wee sneaky bar of chocolate.
But that's it. Everybody needs a treat. Do you know what I mean? Do you mind if I ask, are you working at the moment? Are you retired?
No, I'm retired. I chose to retire.
Right.
I've been retired for 3 years now. Okay. So I'm enjoying that. So that I was just actually speaking to somebody today. So the money that I have got coming in.
Yep.
Is the money that I've got to budget on.
Right, okay.
And
there's no option for you to try and earn a wee bit extra on the side, obviously.
No, I do voluntary work, and I've been offered paid work, but I don't want to do that.
You've worked all your life. It's your retirement now. This is when you should be enjoying it.
I don't get state pension. I just I'm not of that age yet.
Right, thank you. Sorry.
I might look it.
No, definitely not.
Joe, I'm not. No, I don't get state pension. I get a works pension.
Right, okay.
That I chose to take. But I don't use credit card.
Right, okay.
Because I just don't use it.
Yeah. Is that one tip you would give to other people? Don't use credit cards because obviously interest rates and stuff?
Sometimes credit cards are safety line.
Yeah.
So it's always good to have that wee bit.
Aye, just in case.
Something, just in case. But I got myself into debt with a credit card. Okay. And I don't have a credit card, I have my debit card. I like to use cash.
Yeah.
Always cash, and you know what you've got. And having a wee kind of tin for putting your extra pound coin in. So I try my best.
And in terms of your heating, do you use like a pay-as-you-go type one, or are you a monthly bill? Do you do it pay-as-you-go?
I've had that for maybe, maybe 30. I've had that really 30 odd years.
Yeah. And do you find the benefit that better than the monthly bill?
I like that because you can always find a fiver for your gas or electricity, I like that. And I've got my wood burners, so my heating isn't on full blast, but that's certainly went up in price. That's went up. That's definitely one of the sources that I'll kind of worry about.
Yeah.
But I'm quite fortunate, as I say. I've always been a budgeter.
Right, okay.
And I've always kind of, you know.
Being able to get by and all that sort of stuff, yeah.
Aye,
But definitely noticing it getting a wee bit tougher, would you say then, yeah?
It is getting tough.
Aye,
It is. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. It is. It's tough. I'm fortunate. There's some people more fortunate out there. Some people don't have the luxury of a wood burning stove.
That's it.
And things like that. And I stick a wee kettle on the wood burning stove because I've just found out it's 15 pence to boil a kettle of water.
Is that
Apparently,
right?
I heard somebody on YouTube and Facebook was saying that. So you think how many cups of tea you have in a day?
I know.
But
Easy
a good,
10.
a good thing is getting a flask as well.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
What about things like at night time? Do you keep the heating on overnight, or do you use
Sometimes
things like...
I do and sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
All depends how cold it is.
Aye.
But I would put it on, and I question what's the cheapest, to run that heating for a night or have a burst pipe in the morning.
That's it.
And that's where I am.
Yep.
So I don't want burst pipes.
No, of course
because
not.
I live in a flat and I would flood somebody if
Yeah,
I
yeah.
had a burst pipe. So no, common sense. Everyone's common sense,
Yep.
in my opinion. But as I say, there's people out there get nothing.
Aye.
Get nothing.
And I guess that's why more people are using the food banks now
Aye,
as well. And you're seeing the
aye.
numbers going up.
Yeah, definitely.
It's such
And
a
who knows? Who knows when you might need to do that?
I know.
You know.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
all we're in a fortunate position
I
at the
know
moment where
that.
we're maybe not on that cusp, but
Aye,
you know,
aye.
you could easily drop down, and you do need that help from the
I know
community
that,
and
I
people as
know.
well. So
And I've got good family as well. You know what I mean? I'm a good cook. I was a cook, so I can cook
yeah.
from nothing, to be truthful.
Do you think the younger generation understand the sort of value of cooking your own food? I don't know if you've
I
got
think
kids
I think some young people do.
Yeah.
But some, you know, you've got to think about what's easier. So you put on your cooker, it costs you electricity. You buy your meal, it takes maybe an hour. But there's alternatives out there. And,
Right.
you know, you've got all these air fryers.
Aye, aye.
You don't need to do processed food. You
No.
can do good food,
And it's
easy
healthier
food.
for you as well.
Aye,
That's it.
but you've got the initiative. You've got the outgoing of an air fryer
Right.
or a whatever
Yeah.
you're putting your food. But some kids and some young people, it's easier to do a good quality
Aye, a good meal.
food, you know, rather than just processing. We all like processed food, you know. We all love a burger, or
That's
we all
it.
love a nice steak bake,
Yeah.
you know. So, but no every day.
No,
And,
especially with the prices everything going up now. So
aye. And I think the young ones are more in touch with their lifestyle, and they're all quite healthy.
right, aye.
You know what I mean? They love to get fit and
Aye,
look
getting fit and all
glamorous
that.
and
That's
take
it.
care of their self-care, you know. Whereas all fogies are all just kind of we put up,
That's it.
you know. But aye, life skills is a good thing, and if you
Definitely.
teach your kids that,
Yep.
and your grandkids,
course.
because that's where they learn.
As you've heard, people are really finding it tough just now, and it's everything from small items to big items, transportation costs, can't get on the property ladder due to high deposits, or even just the cost of renting. In my opinion, it's not an acceptable situation to be working full time and not be able to get on the property ladder. That coupled with people using food banks because they have no other choice. Then you've got guys there like wee Joe, who's worked all his days and is now struggling just to afford a little luxury. I really think if you're a politician or a councillor out there, you really need to have a good hard look at yourself and see what you're doing for your community, because it clearly isn't enough. We seem to be able to send billions upon billions for conflicts across the world, but when are we going to stop and say enough is enough and ask, what are we going to do for our people?